So Marcus, 60 seconds. Tell me about it in 60 seconds.
It's always a great challenge and one I'm often asked. So I've already wasted 10 seconds there. 60 seconds essentially came about through the coaching that I ran for 25 years, where I would work face to face with people, but then I wanted them to improve by practicing in between the face to face sessions. So I needed to create the perfect environment for practice. Yeah, look, I believe that practice, and if you look, I like to use two metaphors. The first one is sport, and the second one is music. And we all know that you look at a Roger Federer, anybody who is a genius in their world of sport or music, practice a lot. To me, salespeople need to be practicing out loud. I keep saying out loud because I think they practice in their mind. But do they actually practice out loud what those key moments in the sales conversation are going to be, so that when the doctor asks that question, it comes into their mind? I'm so glad he asked that, because I've practiced that 15 times in the car out loud on the 60 Seconds app. Now I'm ready to deliver that powerfully and with impact. The coaching part, again, enormously important, and I think underrated. Often sales managers that I see have been the best performing sales manager. They get the promotion, the best performing sales rep, I apologise, they get the promotion to sales manager, and suddenly they're managing people. And a big part of that is coaching. 60 Seconds is a great app, produces great data, but to me the real power is that with the application you get a dedicated professional with 20 plus years experience who comes in and rolls the technology out for you. He understands everything, or she understands everything about how the technology works, but they understand what coaching is about. They understand what goals you're trying to work towards. So they deliver you a managed program of work.
Damian Clarke Bruce. I'm an executive leadership and strategic marketing coach. I've worked across Australia, global, Switzerland and the US, across leadership roles and marketing roles. I've launched a number of products with Novartis. I guess one of the key ones was Gilenya, a product for multiple sclerosis. It was one of the first oral therapies in the market. I had the opportunity of launching that in Australia and then maintaining that launch through global, and then I guess pulling that product through in the US as we got through its life cycle. It's about insights, and it's about gathering information. It's about understanding the patient journey, understanding the doctor's journey, depending what country you're in, the payer journey, the carers and the like. So it's about getting out there and gaining those real key intelligent questions and insights. And then we build that, and then we should be pulling sales in very early, having an understanding of what their concerns are and how they feel they should be engaging with the external customers, and then actually building their thoughts and their mindset, and in a way their narrative with them, to be able to get to that final end message. These, I guess, sound bites, they need to be unique and they need to differentiate. I mean, I think that's crucial. So, we do the pre-work from the insights to be able to build things that the representatives can, I guess, use little gems and nutmegs and be able to repeat and repeat. And what's quite good is for them to be able to hear themselves. The simplicity of the narrative, the simplicity of the message, and being able to let that story stick and be quite unique and differentiated for the doctor is crucial in them even remembering, oh yeah, I remember this and this, and the rep or the MSL had sort of advised me on those features and benefits, and that message and the story sticks. Knowledge is key. Being able to be a partner is critical, and being able to simplify the narrative to be able to support that doctor to make the right decision at the right time for the right patient.
It's only when you find and connect to your purpose that selling actually becomes fun. Before then you were kind of mouthing words and you're engaging with people and maybe you're even making some sales. But once you connect with the purpose and you understand why you're doing something and how it's going to make somebody's life better or easier, then suddenly, things become technicolor instead of black and white. The app, in the end, is a vessel where you can play inside it. So to me, being able to adapt your messaging and being able to craft that messaging so that it sounds legitimate and it sounds conversational and real and you feel good saying it, convicted, You know, you talked a lot before about integrity. You know, if we can find that integrity in the message, and then to me that process around working that wording up becomes critical, and then the practicing of that delivery. So you actually, in the end, like what you see. But I guess in the process of getting to that point of liking what you see, you've actually practiced something 12, 13 times out loud. And that practicing, that wasn't happening before.
Again, comes back to education. They absolutely need to have a thorough understanding of the disease state, and then the value proposition, features and benefits of the product for the customer, for the patient. You know, that's crucial. But they then also become the clinical partner, especially for someone that's new and someone that's onboarding, because if you can help them do that quicker, it will give them a whole lot more confidence to be able to stand in front of a customer and deliver that crisp, simple message that they're trying to achieve.
It's really about ensuring key snippets of conversation. Can they go to the key points in that presentation and sum it up in one or two sentences in a way that helps the doctor, you know, the penny to drop for the doctor? You talked a little bit earlier on about education. You know, great education is about an unveiling. It's about a discovery, and I think that discovery process, that unveiling, to me, that is where MSLs can really get an edge and rehearse those key moments, practice them and get feedback. So the turn of phrase is crisp. You know, I've had a lot of people say, oh, you know, you use the word script, you know, we don't want people, you know, looking robotic in the delivery. Absolutely. And my response is always, well, you know, do you think Robert De Niro looks robotic? You know, all the great actors have worked with a script. It's the fact that they rehearse it and practice it until they're blue in the face, that when they actually say it, it looks conversational and authoritative. during COVID-19. Everything that we do now can be done remotely. You know, I'm a communications coach. I love to do things face to face and interact with people face to face. But if we can't do that because of travel or budget, or indeed because of the coronavirus, we can do everything remotely. At the end of this time, if we roll this out now to our team of 100 and they do 1 video asset per month, that's going to be 1,200 video assets by the end of the year, and X amount of hours spent in practice of key messaging. And that's you know, that's going to be a bright spot in what could have been a quite trying time in a range of other ways. The biggest challenge has been around driving uptake. How do we get people to use this thing? If you say to the reps, this is not just about us positioning a drug, you know, in a more effective way to a doctor, yes, that will be one of the happy byproducts. This is actually about you being a more consummate communicator, a better professional. This is about your professional aspirations lifting as a result of you setting yourself a goal around improvement and reaching it.